Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Steve.
And we are
Unbox Authority.
And today we're not going to be unboxing anything. We're here to talk about, well, us. And if you couldn't tell, we're twins. I know it's a little hard to believe, but there you have it. But in all seriousness, we're here to talk about ourselves and why we're here to represent the channel. Why did we want to go and start an unboxing channel? Why do we care? Do we really like these gadgets? Well, from a very young age, Steve and I have noticed that we have this liking, this connection with technology that most other people kind of didn't have. And it all started with our Game Boys when we started playing with those.
And broke them.
And we took apart all the electronics in our room.
And broke them.
But that tinkering with stuff has made us learn how things work and interact and how people make things and put them together, which I think is key and instrumental to us being able to do a review on such technological projects.
Technological.
But a lot of people ask us what it's like to be growing up as a twin. Well, our biggest answer to that is we really don't know what it's like to not be a twin. It's really funny to have people come up to us and they just don't know who we are. Even our dad to this day still comes up to me and him like, he talks to me like I'm Steve, and he'll be like, okay, I'll see you later, Steve. I'm Mike. But, oh, I'm sorry. It's only been 24 years. My dad can't tell us apart. So it's a lot of great experiences being twins. Even having full-blown conversations with people, and at the end of it, realizing they wanted to talk to Steve, not knowing I'm Mike. And you know, Don came up to me the other day, and he's like, oh, hey, Mike. And he started talking about our YouTube channel, how he's loving it. He's learning so much from it. And then I went away, and I came back to him for about 10 minutes later, and he says, oh, hey, I was talking to your brother about your channel. Like, that was great. That was great. Like, remember that time you broke that lamp? And Dad came out and he's asking, who broke that lamp? And I pointed my finger at you because it was you who broke it. But then I didn't expect you to point your finger at me. And we both got a spanking out of that. That was messed up. I mean, we're not only brothers, but being a twin is being like the closest kind of brother you can have, because we grew up together. We're in the same grade together. We got the same classes. We got the same teachers and friends. And
similar experiences, even.
Yeah, even similar experiences. It's not like your brothers where you're a few years apart or whatever, and you go through different experiences at different times. We went through the same things at the same time, and that was really that's quite an experience. That's what it's like being a twin. I would say our first true experience with computers was probably in the, what was it, 5th grade, 6th grade we were in.
Kindergarten.
No, true experience.
I'm talking about the time I taught my teacher how to install a game on her computer when I was in the 3rd grade.
Oh, go for that. What? I don't know about this. What happened?
Remember that stupid math game that we got? And we were like, oh, that's so much fun. It's like the only thing that we were allowed to play was some stupid math game. When I brought it to school so that we could install it on one of our computers, and the teacher was like, I don't know how to install this on a computer. And I taught her how to do it. I was in the 2nd grade.
Was that Mr. Jesperson?
No.
Who'd you have?
Genevieve, whatever her name was.
Jevney?
Miss Jevney.
She's watching right now. I hope you know that. Hi, Miss Jevney.
You don't sound like that. That's not how you sound like. You were very nice. Thank you for letting us install a game on your computer.
I remember that game. That was the one with like the marbles and stuff like that, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, that was a fun game. I've been trying to look that up. It's not as fun as I remember nowadays.
I'm not trying to make you sound dumb. You were great. Just
us
millennials think we're smarter than everyone.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to talk about like our true experience. Like, this is our own computer. We can mess it up and no one will scream and yell at us. That was in the 6th grade, wasn't it? This is like when we got those
we had the
E-machines.
E-machines?
Yeah, the E-machines, the 512 megahertz processor.
E-machine. It had a turbo button.
Yeah, they did.
Turbo.
That actually meant to slow it down. Turbo isn't to speed it up, it's to slow down the processor because older programs would run way too fast, and so now you had to slow the computer down, push the turbo button and turn it off, I guess, and slow it.
The worst name for a slowdown button ever.
Yeah. That was our first experience with computers, and I remember our cousin got us these other bigger towers, and they had Pentium 3 processors in them. And that was my first time, Steve and I's first time, we actually put the computer together ourselves. And we were so scared after we put this together. We set it outside in the porch.
No, we left it in the house. We were stupid.
Was it in the house?
We left the computer in the house, and we were outside with a broomstick, pushed the power button, hiding behind a
In
screen
case
door.
it blew up.
What the hell's a screen door gonna do?
And we pushed it on, thinking we didn't know what was going to happen, but it turned on and it worked. It was fine.
I was gonna catch on fire. If it caught on fire, why would we leave it in the house? We would put it outside. Catch our house on fire. We were not smart. We bought our own computers after that.
Yeah.
We went to the best computer place you could possibly go for buying a computer. Fry's
Electronics.
We bought a pre-built computer. Who buys a pre-built computer? You get bloat whale.
Bloat whale?
Might as well be a whale. Takes up so much crap on your computer. That's annoying too.
Had Norton. It came with Norton, remember?
Norton.
Oh,
Norton Internet Security. What kind of BS was that? You press scan and it scanned your computer. Congratulations, we installed 4 more viruses for you.
Those computers had integrated graphics. There was no external video card, and that to us, just the integrated one was amazing compared to what we had. We had this game Black and White 2, and it ran at like maybe 20 frames a second.
No. It was a frame per second. We were like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing. We can play this game. And it was like 1 frame per second. And we were like, so cool we could play it.
Well, from there, we learned a lot about how graphics cards really
Made a huge difference.
And so we started to build our own computers. We started to do our research on what video cards are out there, NVIDIA or AMD or what was it at the time? It was
64-bit video
No,
card.
no.
Let me tell you this. Look, this is how dumb I used to be. I thought 64-bit video card. I thought it gave better color on the monitor because I thought I had a 64-bit monitor. I bought a freaking stupid. What was it? AGP. Remember AGP before PCIe? Is that what it was?
Oh.
AGP. PGE or something like that.
Anyway, point is, we started getting into our own video cards and we.
I didn't get to my point.
Oh, get to your
I
point.
bought a crappy video card, one that was crappier than my current one. I paid more for it off my friend in freaking high school, and he was like, "Oh, it's a good video card," and I got ripped off. I never saw the guy again after that. That was stupid.
We just started building our computers, and we figured out what processors worked better, motherboards, RAM, blah blah blah, and that was really just a never-ending cycle of us trying to always learn more about computers and how to get it all better.
So computers got us hooked on the whole computer realm, and we got. Oh my god! I finally did it good.
Whoa! Bring her to me. Give her to me. Give her to me.
Hi. You look so pretty. You look so pretty. Yeah, the hair looks so pretty.
Wow, look at your hair. Say hi to the camera.
Hi, Gigabyte.
Say hi to the camera.
Hi, Gigabyte.
Look right there. Say hi to that one.
What you can see is this giant tutu.
I know. That's so pretty,
Bigger than
Aaliyah.
her. Okay, Aaliyah, let's go off.
Okay, go back to mommy.
Yeah.
Bye, Aaliyah.
Bye, Aaliyah!
She's loud. Where were we?
Computers got us hooked on this whole technology realm.
The most vivid memory I have of when Steve and I got those first computers, we got home after school And the first thing we did when we looked at those computers, oh,
we were so excited, and my dad was like excited for us. And then the first thing we saw were these ugly, giant CRT monitors, and we were just
and we hated it.
He must have thought we were the biggest brats on the planet.
It must have.
We just bought us free computers a day of. We haven't even touched them. And we're just like, the only thing we saw were the crappy monitors that we got.
And the very next day, returned them for us and bought us these nice flat screen TV monitors. Steve, hurry, quick, get in here. He's like, what? And he gets in there like, oh, no way. And there's these nice monitors we have.
Hyundai made the monitors.
Hyundai. Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of a Hyundai monitor? They make cars.
It was a 1024 by 768 screen. Not even widescreen, it's just this.
It's like the crappiest resolution you could possibly imagine.
I know.
And specifically, I remember going into my dad's garage, telling him about monitors, the stupid monitors that he got us. And I was like, well, why do they make the pixels so big? Why don't they make them smaller? My dad's like, wow, you could only make pixels so small to the point where you can't even see them. And I remember thinking in my head, why the heck would you want to see a pixel on a screen?
Yeah.
And so, well, I mean, eventually, Apple came out with an iPhone that was small enough. Oh, no, I remember in middle school, I made, our project for one of our classes was to make, invent something. And I invented something that was sort of like a PSP, but it was not. It was just basically just a display, and you could go online with it, you can make phone calls with it, you could text people with it. Does that sound like something familiar? This was before the iPhone. Everybody was like, oh, that's a PSP, and then they made fun of me, and I remember crying in my class because everybody made fun of me for it. Guess what they came out with a year later? The freaking iPhone! I was so pissed!
Wait, did you really make this?
Yes, I really made it.
How did you make it? What?
No, I didn't make it. It's just like...
Oh, it was a design.
It was made out of cardboard, and I tore apart my Game Boy Advance for the display, and it didn't work, obviously. I just ruined a bunch of my stuff, and I put it together in this crappy cardboard thing that was taped together. Everybody made fun of me. I came up with the iPhone. I didn't. Take us down iPhone Road.
So Steve and I were in the 9th grade when we first got our cell phones, and they were just flip phones, regular old things from Singular or AT&T, whatever they were at the time. I'm not sure if they got bought out yet. And eventually, some people introduced us to the iPhone. This is about a year or so after it came out, and we looked at it and go, oh, this is really cool. You can browse the internet with it. You can get on the App Store with it, take pictures with it that are really cool. Shows your photos there, the way the text messages were all laid out. I mean,
that was the coolest thing.
That was the coolest.
That's what sold me on an iPhone, the way the text messages were. Remember when you guys had to go back and every individual text was in its own isolated box, and that's all you could go into. You had to go into that. Oh, that was what they said there. They sent you 5 texts, and you had to go through each one to figure out what they said.
So here we are with these iPhones, and we're thinking these are the greatest things ever. And they have the software 2.0. They did not have 1.0 software. This is 2.0. And what was the biggest problem with 2.0 is that it had the App Store. That App Store was terrible when it came out. It slowed the phone down. There was the apps there were just stupid gimmicks, here's pouring my beer app or whatever.
It was great that we could download apps, but the operating system was crap.
Yeah, it
was
froze
unusable
all the time. It crashed. It ate the battery into no end. It was just not usable. But eventually, Apple came out with better software for it, 3.0, 4.0, and we were kind of hooked on iPhone. I even got rid of my iPhone at one point. I dropped it, the screen broke, I was done, fed up, and I went back to the flip phone. I go, this is so much better. And I realized, no, this isn't better. There's just this connection with an iPhone that was so much better than what was out there. It just worked in the ways it was supposed to work. And I got hooked. I started buying every single iPhone that came out. I mean, I remember the 3G came out. I begged my mom. I said, Mom, I really want this phone, and I just did anything I could to get it, and I finally got that. Then the next year, the 3GS came out, and I swear I did everything I could to sell my iPhone 3G.
You sold them for a lot of money.
Yeah, we tried selling for as much as we could.
How did we do that?
I don't know. And we just polished them up, took good pictures of them.
No. This is bullcrap. No, what we did, we broke the power buttons or the silent switch on the side. We purposely broke them, took them to the Apple store. Said, oh, they broke. We don't know what happened. They replaced them for us, and then we sold those
so
without
we had
ever touching them.
Brand new phone to sell. So we got
brand new.
Top dollar for these things. And we were hooked. We were addicted to these things. And
Still are.
And we still are. I mean, I don't have the 8, no, but I am getting the 10. I'm skipping the 8. In high school, people started getting, after we had like the 3G, the 3GS, people started getting Android phones.
But it wasn't, it was more, so it wasn't anything like Android now. It's more Palm. Remember Palm? Yeah. This phone, and it had, multitasking on it. And that was the coolest thing, but it was all, a rip-off of, the iPhone operating system, which is what started the whole Android revolution. Even with the iPhone of the time and the newest Android, the newest iPhone, you can tell big time how much slower, how much junkier and crappier the Android ran compared to the iPhone. What you began to see was Android began to be a lot more like iPhone. And this is where I personally have a strong heart for iPhone. I mean, iPhone was 5 years ahead of its time. Easy. Oh, yeah.
I mean, they knew what they were doing, and they knew that they had something good out there. I may be an Apple fanboy. You guys can call me whatever you want, but I don't care. The iPhone is the best it could possibly be, and I don't see Apple degrading from that at all. My point is with the iPhone is that maybe they weren't the first to come out with a lot of the features they have, and they weren't. Android came out with a lot of features before iPhone. But for instance, multitasking, Android had that before, even with the Palm, like Steve mentioned. But when iPhone did multitasking, it didn't use all of your resources. It didn't eat up your battery, didn't use up all your processing power, did not use up all of your RAM, which is why iPhone is able to get away with having less RAM than Android. And they just do it in such a way that works so well. And enough of that. Well, to this day, Steve and I still have iPhones, and we love the iPhone still, and we have these Apple Watches that work seamlessly with it, and it backs up to the cloud automatically, all that stuff. It's great. But I use a PC. I love Windows. Windows 10 is probably the greatest operating system out there. And what's great about it is that it does things that probably Mac has done for years. That you install it, it downloads the drivers automatically, and all of a sudden it works. It's amazing. And Steve is shaking his head. Why are you shaking your head?
Because it's crap. It's always been crap. Okay, I have to admit, I used to be way on board with Microsoft and Windows, and I hated Apple. Well, not Apple in general, but like Macs in general. And I always had a gaming PC. I hated the fact that I couldn't, upgrade, the video card or any component on a Mac, but you could on a PC, so that's why I kept my PCs and I just had gaming rigs. Until I sold my gaming rig and I bought a Mac, and I never went back. And I love how seamless running the Mac operating system is. You never, like iPhone, you never lose any of your data. As long as you back it up, you're not going to lose any of your data no matter what you do as far as reinstalling your operating system, which you never have to do because it works all the time. Every time I go to use this guy's computer, he's like, oh, wait, hold on, I gotta help turn this thing on. It's more than pressing the power button and waiting for it to boot up. You have to do code. You have to program the computer to tell it how to turn on for it to turn on.
Hey, Steve, how much was it to replace your glass on your iMac?
Yeah, it was expensive.
Oh,
you press the power.
Okay, hold on. So, this is like your project car. This is the car that you can...
Never works.
No.
When you need to go somewhere, it doesn't turn on. That's what a project car is. The car that never gets done worked on.
We're done here. I'm done with you.
Yeah, we are done here. Your computer sucks.
No, it does not.
And you know it.
My computer's way faster than your computer. I
Yeah.
can run VR. Apple just came out with the iMac Pro $5,000 computer that can. Oh, now we can run VR.
Yes.
Really?
And
now?
it's just as powerful as your computer. But
No,
guess
it
what?
isn't.
No, it's
No,
got this great feature. If you want to use it, you press the power button.
Get a Mac.
No.
Where are we?
Where did we
I don't know.
go?
Okay, guys, the whole point is that I'm a PC user and Steve is a Mac user. And even though that we're twins, a popular thing to believe is that, oh, we have the same opinions about everything, or we like the same things and this and that, but it truly isn't that way.
Not the case.
Steve is strong opinion towards Mac, and I'm strong opinion towards PCs. And as you guys saw, our upbringing was very similar. We had a very similar experience in our technology and how we got into different things, and we're still different. Because of our similar yet different upbringings, we have different opinions. And so when we both agree that something's good, it must mean that it's good. And when we both agree that something's bad, it must mean that it's bad. And it can also fall somewhere in between. If you like our content, please subscribe to our channel. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Unbox, and there's other ways to support us in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.